Greetings and thank you for joining us. My name is Michel Mishabik and I am the director of the LAYAALI Arabic Music Ensemble. I am delighted to be presenting this performance as part of the University of Arkansas's Language and Culture series. I would very much like to thank Professor Paula Haidar and also Professor Adnan Haidar for inviting me to give this talk and performance. And thank you to everyone who made this event possible, including the Department of World Languages, Literatures and Culture, the Humanities Department, the Honors College, Middle East Studies, the Arabic Department, and of course, the students. I have known Paula and Adnan for a long time, since their days at UMass Amherst in my hometown. And at least for the last couple of decades, we've met each other at the Middle East Studies Association Convention. In my capacity as publisher and editor at Interlink Publishing, I have worked closely with Paula on a number of novels that she brilliantly translated from the Arabic. It is an honor to be working with her again, but this time on a musical performance. In these times of uncertainty, engaging with people like Paula and Adnan and others at the University of Arkansas is an inspiring reminder of the power of music, the power of art, the power of literature in thinking through some of the challenges brought about by the pandemic, the political crisis that threatens our democracy, and the racial injustices in our society. My colleagues and I are firm believers in the power of solidarity, and especially the strong bonds that tie music lovers together. We feel that music and musical performances are our last remaining democratic spaces, our main acts of resistance against dehumanization. Music plays an important role in healing and in humanizing the other. We watch performances, we listen to music from other cultures, we join fusion ensembles, we compose, we incorporate influences from other parts of the world. When we do this, we are humanizing the other and contributing to making our world a better place. Music can spark joy, it can inspire connection, compassion, understanding, and yes, without a doubt, activism. Without music, there will be no revolutions. The performance that you are about to see now features highlights from our last major concert that we gave before the lockdown took hold of our lives. It was held in Washington, D.C. at the Carnegie Institution for Science Auditorium. LAYAALI's repertoire celebrates the diverse musical traditions from throughout the Arab world. We play classical music, we play folk music, and we play contemporary pieces by renowned composers. The 8-member ensemble includes musicians from different parts of the Arab world, from Lebanon, from Syria, from Palestine, from Jordan, from Morocco. When we came to the US, we have each smuggled our homeland in our pockets, so to speak. The music that we grew up with is like a drug that we cannot quit. The 3 founding members of LAYAALI, Jamal Sinno, who plays Qanun, Mohammed Maj'our, who plays Nai, the reed flute, and myself, plays tabla and rik, that's percussion instruments from the Arab world. We have been playing together since 1992. We, for nearly 28 years when we founded LAYAALI in Boston. The first part of the performance includes 3 pieces. The first piece is called Sama'i al-Halla'in, or in English, the barbershop Sama'i. I don't know why they call it that. Maybe because the piece is so calming, it's soothing and relaxing that made people stay still while they're getting their haircut. Maybe. The Sama'i is an instrumental genre introduced to the Arab world by the Ottoman Turks in the late part of the 19th century. It is played on the 10/8 rhythm. If you could count from 1 to 10 and clap on the 1, on the 6, and on the 7, you'll be able to feel it. I can demonstrate. Okay, let's count it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me demonstrate this on the riq so you can see what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on the tabla, it sounds like this. The 2 pieces that follow are by Egyptian composer Muhammad Abdul Wahab, one of the Arab world's most important composers. The first is called An-Nahr al-Khalid, and in English it means the eternal river, referring to the Nile River, the source of Egypt's livelihood. It will start with an improvisation on the cello by Nasim al-Atrash. The next piece after that, it will start with an accordion improvisation by Simon Mshabbek. Simon, you will notice, will be playing a quarter tone accordion. The piece is called Bint al-Balad, or Country Girl, and it refers to the girls who fill up these water jugs at the village spring, how they balance the clay water jugs on their heads and how they sway their hips seductively as the men watch them depart. So I hope you will enjoy the first set. I will be back to introduce the second set in a little while. you've enjoyed the first set. Our hearts and minds are preoccupied and heavy with uncertainty these days. The effects of this public health crisis are hitting musicians really hard, with concert cancellations, festival cancellations, and so forth. The economic fallout from this pandemic and its impact on musicians is incalculable. Of course, not only musicians, the pandemic has affected us all in unforeseeable ways. During these difficult times, we hope that you will find shelter and inspiration and healing in music. Did you know that in medieval times in the Arab world, hospitals hired musicians as part of the hospital staff to play soulful music for patients to ease the pain and suffering of those patients? Playing music to patients was regarded as an important part of the healing process. So music is really indispensable in times of crisis. In Lebanon, where my friend Qanun player Jamal Sinno comes from, recently suffered a huge explosion that devastated the capital, Beirut, and ruined people's lives. In Syria, where our vocalist Fadi Jano comes from, the whole country was ravaged by war and resulted in a massive refugee crisis. In Palestine, where I, cellist Nasim Al-Atrash, and oud player Zafar Tawil come from, people have suffered for so long under a brutal military occupation and an apartheid regime. To people experiencing hardship, the pleasant, soothing emotions produced by Arabic musical expressions are as indispensable as water or air is to human survival. Now, more than ever before, music has become the therapy that can temporarily lift the spirits and eases the burden of daily life. The prescription that an embattled people administer in daily doses to ease their pain, their suffering, and despair. The next set will start with a beautiful taqsim or improvisation on the nai by my friend Muhammad Maj'our, the reed flute player from Morocco. This will prepare you for what is to come next, the soulful voice of Syrian vocalist Fadi Jano. Fadi will start with a medley of Qudud Halabiya, in English, an Aleppo suite, a collection, a medley of pieces. It will be followed by a very famous piece called Nassam Alayna al-Hawa, a piece that was composed by the Rahbani brothers and sung by Fairuz, the Arab world's most important living singer. On the day after the recent explosion in Beirut, French President Macron visited the city, and one of his first stops was to visit the home of Fairuz in order to give her and award her with France's highest Medal of Honor. Hello again. I hope you've enjoyed the last set and especially Fadi's beautiful voice. In the final set will start with a lively and energetic piece by Lebanese composer Ziad al-Rahbani called As Iswara. You will hear the voices of Jamal Sino, who plays Qanun, and Zafar Tawil, who plays the oud on this piece. This will be followed by a drum solo and a percussion improvisation between myself and riq player Muhammad Maj'our. I will be playing tabla or dumbak. After that, this will be followed by a folk piece by an unknown composer. And the final piece is a favorite of mine because of all the changes in the rhythmic patterns throughout the piece. It is called Longa Riyad, and it is composed by an acclaimed Egyptian composer by the name of Riyad al-Sumbati. Before I leave you, I would like to introduce you to the members of the Layali Arabic Music Ensemble. The musicians include Jamal Sinno on qanun and vocals. Jamal is from Lebanon. Zafar Tawil on oud and vocals. Zafar is from Palestine. Muhammad Maj'our on the nai, the reed flute, and riq. Muhammad is from Morocco, Al Suwaira, Morocco. Shakib Hilali is from Marrakesh in Morocco also, and he plays violin and keyboards. Simon Mshabbek, also from Palestine, he plays the quarter tone accordion. Nasim Al-Atrash, cello, also from Palestine. Fadi Janu, who is our lead vocalist from Syria. And Michel Mshabbek, myself, on various percussion instruments. And I am also from Palestine, from the old city of Jerusalem. It was a pleasure being with you and performing for you, and thank you so much for watching. you.